So we're going to start with our warm-up. Come onto your back. And let's begin just by relaxing the body. Bringing ourselves to the mat. Good. Allow the shoulders to relax. And the hips. Allow the feet to fall open. Relax your jaw. And take your attention to your breath. A slow, steady inhale. A slow and steady exhale. Good. Continue breathing slowly, allowing the body to relax with each exhale. If your mind starts to race, bring it back to the breath. Slow inhale. Slow, steady exhale. Good. We'll move into reclined twist now. Bend the knees and place the soles of the feet down onto the mat. Inhale, extend the arms straight up into the air, fingertips reaching towards the ceiling. Then allow the arms to open up. The feet are hip-width apart, and we'll take the knees over to the right. And roll the gaze over to the left. Deep breath in here. And then exhale, relaxing the spine. Bringing the knees up on an inhale, and take the knees to the left. Exhale. Good. On your next inhale, draw the knees back up to the center and take them over to the right on an exhale. Roll the gaze to the left. Good. Breathing in, center. Breathing out, twist. The head goes in the opposite direction of the knees. Good. Breathing in, center. Breathing out, twist. Continue to do this movement for 2 more breaths, noticing your desire to rush and slow it down. Very good. As the knees come back up, draw the right knee up and in to begin alternate wind relieving pose. Gently hug the knees down to the chest. Release the right leg and draw the left knee up and in. Breathe. Alternate right and left. One more time to the right. Relaxing the shoulders, and then the left. As the left foot comes back down, we'll move into reclined pigeon. Step the right ankle on top of the left knee. Begin to gently draw the left thigh up and in. Relax the left foot. Relax the left shin. And breathe. We'll stay here for 3 complete breaths. As you release the back of the left leg, stepping the right foot down to the mat. Just notice both legs. Notice the hips. and the low back. Stepping the left ankle on top of the right knee when you're ready. We'll do reclined pigeon on the opposite side. Good. Relax that right leg. Three complete breaths here. Softening the shoulders with each exhale. Gently releasing the back of the right leg. And allow both feet to float back down to the mat and step off with the left. Take a moment just to check in with the body. Notice any sensations, any areas where you're feeling tension. Then we'll come on to our right side and bring the torso up or come up to seated. Coming into lotus position, using any props that might help support the knee. We'll move into side neck stretch. You're fine. Allowing the right ear to drop down towards the right shoulder and breathe. As you lengthen up with the spine, with the torso, continue to let that right ear drop down. Relaxing the shoulder. Gently take the gaze to the right shoulder, tucking the chin in towards the right shoulder and breathe. Slowly trace the chin to the center of the chest, relaxing both shoulders, both arms. Draw the back of the head back and up on an inhale. And we'll take the left ear over to the left shoulder. Good. Breathe here. Looking over to that left shoulder, the chin tucks in towards the shoulder. And then gently inhale as you trace the chin down to the center of the chest. We're going to hold the head here for a moment. Continue to relax in the elbows. Feel the stretch that's happening in the back of the neck, the top of the shoulders. As you continue to draw the forehead towards the belly button, breathe. Inhale, we'll draw the back of the head back and up. And release. Good. Seated twist. Extending the arms out to the side, reach up. And being mindful of the spine, we're going to wrap the belly around to the right, then the ribs, then the chest. Lower the hands down for support. Drawing that right hand a little bit closer to the hips. Very good. And breathe. Let's inhale and uncoil slightly, leaving the hands where they are. Bring the torso to center. Reach up at the crown of the head. And then move into your twist again to the right. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, we uncoil to the center. And as you exhale, wrapping the body around the spine to the right. Taking your gaze over the right shoulder, breathe here. Very good. Inhale, let's sweep the arms around to come up. We're going to take it over to the left, belly, ribs, and chest. Lower the hands down for support. Relax the shoulders and breathe. Allow yourself to experience what this feels like in the spine, in the back. As you inhale, again, we'll uncoil to the front, leaving the hands where they are. Good. And then as you exhale, wrap the body back around to the left. Seated twist. One last time to deepen. Inhale, uncoil to the center. Good. Exhale, wrapping the body over to the left, around the spine, gazing over that left shoulder. Soften where you can, whether it's the hips, the shoulders, the jaw. Very good. Inhale, sweep the arms up and rotate back to center. Exhale, relax the arms. We'll now come onto all fours into tabletop position. Let's begin by building some energy in our table. Fingertips are spread wide, tops of the feet resting on the mat. Pressing down into the webs of the fingers and into the tops of the feet, start to feel the back strengthen as you draw the belly button up towards the spine. Good. Holding here, let's breathe. Good. Exhale. Keep holding, pressing into the ground. One more. Press into the ground with the hands and the tops of the feet, breathing in. And as you exhale, soften the body and let the tension melt away. Transitioning to cat-cow now. Inhale, the tailbone lifts. Belly drops down to the right of the mat and chin up. Good. Exhale, tuck the tailbone under, round through the spine, and then tuck the chin towards the chest. Inhale to cow, tailbone lifted. Exhale to cat, arching in the spine. Breathing in and breathing out. Continue for 3 more breaths here, breathing in. Again, notice your tendency to rush and slow it down. Allow yourself to connect with what's happening in the spine. Good. Bring it back to cow. Let's do a body scan in cow. Lift the tailbone a little bit higher, up towards the sky. Lift the tailbone, change direction, there you go. And start to feel what's happening in the hips. Notice the hips spread here. Feel the belly drop down a little bit deeper, and notice the curve in the low back. Feel the chest move towards the ground between the arms, and then lift the chin and feel the throat open. Good. Notice the breath. And then very slowly move into cat, starting with the tailbone. Very good. And as the head drops, notice the belly hollow, the hips pressing towards the forehead, forehead towards the hips. And then come back into neutral table and release. Good. Downward facing dog now. We want to be careful with opening up the back of that knee. Tuck the toes under. Pressing down into the mat with the hands. Inhale, lift the knees. Send the tailbone back and up. Good. And draw the belly towards the thighs here. Relax the head. There you go. Lift the tailbone. Good. Breathe. One more breath. And as you exhale, lower the knees back down to the mat. untuck the toes and send the hips back to the heels for child's pose. As we move into our sequence, remember that this is a low pressure sequence. It's to ease sensation in your hips, strengthen the knee, and more importantly, strengthen the core and relieve anxiety. So as we come into our sequence, we're going to come onto our back. Most of this will be done on our back. Let's begin in Shavasana, corpse pose. Allow the body to go completely limp here. Step the feet about a foot apart. Good. And allow the feet to rest and relax. I'll move you through a slight body scan here, which will help to ease anxiety. Notice the soles of your feet. Notice your right toes, your left toes. Notice both ankles. Feel the calves resting on the mat. Notice your knees, right knee, left knee. Notice the back of the thighs resting on the mat. Notice the buttocks resting on the mat. Take your attention to the back and notice where the back starts to make contact with the mat. Feel the right arm, right wrist, palm of the hand, back of the hand, fingers. Notice the left arm, left wrist, palm of the hand, back of the hand, fingers. Feel the space behind the neck and notice where the head starts to make contact with the mat. Notice any sensations you feel in the body. Perhaps a tingling. Some have felt a swirl, or even a slight pulse. Whatever you feel, just stay with this for a moment until you hear my voice. Now bring your attention to your breath. Notice the breath without changing it. Is it fast or slow? Notice where you feel the breath in the body. Is it in the belly or the chest? Is it long or short? Just feel the breath for the next moment until you hear my voice. We'll now begin reclined sun salutation. Resting back onto the mat, point the toes to the ceiling and flex the feet. Notice the thighs engage here. Gently lift the pelvic floor, tipping the tailbone down towards the mat. Roll the shoulder blades back down onto the mat, palms open, crown of the head reaching up towards the ceiling for mountain pose. The entire body is engaged here, breathing in, breathing out. 2 more breaths, breathing in and breathing out. On your next inhale, circle the hands around to go up, bringing the arms alongside the head and extending the hands beyond the crown of the head. Arm reach, reclined position. Continue to reach with the right fingertips, reach with the left fingertips, and flex the feet, keeping the thighs engaged. Toes pointing to the sky, heels pressing out. Good. 1 more breath here. And let it out. Circle the arms back around and gently bend the knees, placing the soles of the feet onto the mat. We're going to draw the torso up using your core strength. Lift the pelvic floor and draw the navel to the spine. Breathing in, begin to rise. You may place the hands behind the thighs if that helps, but use the abdominal muscles to draw you up and fold over the thighs and knees. Seated forward fold. Take a deep breath in here and let it out. We'll transition now into boat pose. Lift the pelvic floor, lift the heart, good. Placing the hands on the back of the thighs, roll the shoulders up towards the ears, back and down, heart open. Drawing the knees closer together. Inhale, lift the right leg up, lift your pelvic floor. Inhale, lift the left leg up, lift your pelvic floor. Inhale, we're going to lift both of the knees up using the core of our body. Lift up both legs. Lift your pelvic floor. Good. Breathe here. Keep lifting your pelvic floor. Good. You can do it. 1 more breath. And slowly lower the toes down to the mat. Place the soles of the feet onto the mat and fold over. We're going to do boat pose once again. Okay. Placing the hands behind the knees. Roll the shoulders up, back, and down. Keep the spine erect here, okay? As we start to curve, you'll start to notice the tendency to pull back. So as we keep the heart moving forward, we're going to keep our upper body upright, okay? Inhale, lift the right leg up, lift the pelvic floor. Hold the right leg in the air, lift the left leg up. Take your attention just to the pelvic floor. Breathe. Good. 1 more. Lift the pelvic floor here and lower the soles of the feet down, fold over and rest. Take your attention to the back. Notice the belly. Even notice the heartbeat. Keeping the hands on the back of the knees here. Let's inhale, lift the heart up, lift the chin, drawing the shoulder blades together, seated cow. Exhale, press the spine back, tuck the chin and round through the shoulder blades, seated cat. Inhale, seated cow. Exhale, seated cat. Breathing in, seated cow. And exhale, seated cat. Let's do an exploration here. Inhale, seated cow. Notice the hips pressing back. The low back. Do you notice there's an arch in the low back there? Notice the throat. Feel the shoulder blades squeezing together here. Breathe. As you exhale, we rock back onto the hips. Notice the rounding in the low back, the middle of the back, and the upper back. Feel the back of the neck. Last time for cow. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Good. We'll stay back in the lean in cat. Lift the heart and bring the hands to heart center. As we move into boat knee twist, we'll take the torso and twist over to the right. Place the left elbow on top of the right thigh and breathe. One more breath here. Good. Inhale, take it back to center. Exhale, right elbow to the left thigh as you twist over to the left. One more breath. And then inhale back to center, folding over, release. Begin to draw the spine down to the mat, coming onto the back. Place the forearms beside the ribs, good. Palms pressing down to the mat. Inhale, lift the belly, lift the chest, good. And the head gently floats back for modified fish pose. Breathe into the chest here. Feel the chest expand. And exhale. On your next exhale, we'll start to lower the belly, lower the heart, lower the head down onto the mat, and then slide the arms forward. So when we do that again, just be mindful of the neck, making sure we don't cause any strain, okay? As we continue, coming onto your back. Inhale, extend the arms up overhead for reclined downward dog. We'll bring the arms up and over. Bend the right knee. Bend the left knee and send both legs straight up into the air. Good. Breathing in. Press the soles of the feet up towards the sky. Arms reaching. Good breathing here. As the left knee becomes stronger, you'll start finding the ability to straighten the legs a little bit more, but do so gradually. No need to rush it. Even bringing a slight bend into both knees. You can still press the feet. There you go. One more breath. And then as you exhale, draw the knees to the chest and hug the knees for reclined child's pose. We'll move through this flow again. And as we move through the flow, take yourself to the relaxation point that you felt in Shavasana. If at any point you find your mind wandering, notice how the body feels, just as we did our body scan. Noticing your feet, your hands, Noticing the ankles and the wrist. Noticing the hips and the shoulders. Try to make every pose like Shavasana. Starting with mountain, flexing the feet, toes pointed to the sky, thighs, notice them. Pressing the tailbone down into the mat, shoulder blades down into the mat and palms open. Notice crown of the head reaching up. Notice the body. Notice the breath. Inhale, circle the arms around to go up, resting alongside the head, arm reach. Notice the shoulders and the armpits, the elbows and wrists. Good. Stay in the body. Bring the palms to touch and take them to heart center. Bend the knees, placing the soles of the feet onto the mat. As you lift the pelvic floor, draw the navel in and pull the torso up and fold over. Notice. Moving to boat pose, we place the hands on the back of the knees. Notice the shoulders as they draw up towards the ears, back and down. Take your attention to the space just above the belly button. This is your core. This is your center of focus. Lift the right leg up into the air, holding onto the back of the right knee. Breathe in. Lift your pelvic floor. Lift the left leg. Keep the pelvic floor lifted as you think about that space just above your navel. Notice it. And lower the feet down to the mat, folding over, forward fold. As you prepare for seated cat-cow, feel the hands rest on the back of the thighs, back of the knees. Inhale, pressing the heart forward, look up. Exhale, take it to cat. Inhale to seated cow. Exhale, seated cat. Soften here as you move into cow. Soft exhale as you move into cat. Staying back in cat, leaning here. Bring the hands to the heart. Lift the heart into the thumbs. There you go. And twist to your right. Seated boat twist. Lift the head. Breathe into the body and just notice. Inhale to center and twist to the left. As you come back to center, folding over, seated forward fold. Good. We'll gently draw the spine back down onto the mat. Bring the forearms to the mat. As you straighten both legs, lift the belly on an inhale, lift the chest, and let the head gently float back. Staying in the body, notice the chest rise and fall with breath. As you exhale, lower the belly, lower the heart, and lower the crown of the head down onto the mat. Relax the arms. Recline downward dog, arms float up overhead. Resting alongside the head, we bend both knees and then send them straight up into the air, downward dog. Feel the slight lift in the low back here. Feel where the back makes contact with the mat. And release to child's pose, hugging the knees and breathe. As this is a recording, should you wish to continue and do this sequence one more time, please feel free to do so. Otherwise, we'll move into Shavasana for relaxation. Allow the feet to fall open. Take your attention to the breath. You may wish to leave the eyes open or allow them to close. Bring your attention to that space just above the navel once again. And as you inhale, notice that space rise and fall with breath. Allow yourself and your attention to rest here. Slow breathing. Notice what sensation you're feeling there. And imagine for a moment that there's a golden light right in the center of where you're feeling that sensation. And each time you inhale, it starts to grow a little bigger. Starting to fill up the torso, the right shoulder, the left shoulder. Imagine that golden yellow light traveling down the length of the right arm, into the wrist, into the hands and fingers. Now imagine that golden light in the left shoulder, traveling down the left arm, into the wrist, the hand, and the fingers. Feel the golden light in the right hip. And in the left hip. Start to feel golden light, like liquid traveling down the thighs, into the right knee, and into the left knee. Into the calves, the ankles, and pulling down into the feet. Feel that golden light wash up the entire back body, up into the back of the neck, and the back of the head. Start to feel it rise and circle around into the ears. The right ear warm, the left ear warm. Feel it rise up into the temples and the cheekbones. And feel it wash the face, the throat, the heart center, and back to the spot just above the navel. The whole body now washed in this golden light. Completely relaxed. Free of worry, anxiety, fear. Just completely calm and relaxed. Your true nature. Softly bring your awareness back into the space, back into the body, noticing the body lying on the floor. Deepen the breath now, deep inhale, and long, slow exhale. Breathing in again. This time let the exhale out with a sigh. Wiggling the fingers and the toes, rolling the head from side to side. On your next inhale, reach the arms up and overhead again. Full body stretch here. And then for your counter stretch, we'll start to draw the knees up and in, Bring the arms back over and hug the knees. Add a gentle rocking motion to wake up the spine. And then gently rock over to your right side, pausing for just a moment. Honoring your practice with 2 cleansing, life-affirming breaths. And using your left hand, gently press down into the earth and press yourself up to seated as we close your practice. Namaste.